Can I get you some more coffee?
No, I have an early appointment, and I still don't know if I want to take this case.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Oh, it's a little complicated.
Well, try me. Sometimes us high school graduates can understand some things if we really put our mind to it.
It's the prenatal contract.
What the hell is that?
A contract which negotiated the custody of children who hadn't been conceived yet.
Well, that's ridiculous. The children hadn't even been born yet, and they're already treating them like bedroom furniture? Now, why would anybody do that?
Well, my potential client did it in case he and his wife got a divorce for any reason, including adultery.
Let me guess. This man has now cheated on his wife and wants you to get him out of his own contract.
Actually, she cheated on him, and now he wants me to enforce it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a man is out for revenge to me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not sure I'm going to take this case.
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying.
I'm sorry to bother you, but are you Miss Mary Elizabeth O'Brien?
Why, is Ed McMahon hiding around the corner or something with another check for me?
I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing. What can I do for you?
Is Johnny O'Brien your brother?
What's this about? Who are you?
My name's Tuan, and Johnny O'Brien's my father.
Any day now, I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and you'll be on your way. In my wild, beautiful world, you will have flown. It isn't now. I'll be gone alone.
What did you say?
M.E., I'm sorry, honey. I got to run.
I think you're going to want to stay for this. What was that last part you said? Who did you say is your father?
Johnny O'Brien.
Why don't you come on in? Wait a minute.
So is my father here?
Look, I don't know who you are, but my brother Johnny was killed in Vietnam over 30 years ago. What are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Now, look, you can't just walk into my house and tell me that you're Johnny's son and then leave.
But if my father's dead, I have no reason to stay.
I don't care anything about your reasons for staying or leaving. I'd just like to know if any of this is true.
And I want to know if it's true that my father's dead. Or are you lying because he doesn't want to see me?
Why would I lie about something like that?
You wouldn't be the first.
Look, if you are who you say you are, then I'm your Aunt Mary Elizabeth. And you don't have any reason to leave. Unless you're the one who's lying. Where exactly did you say you're from?
From Sadek, Vietnam, in the Mekong Delta.
Johnny served in Mekong Delta in '65.
Yes, I know.
And how long have you been looking for Johnny?
I've wanted to find him for years.
And after all that time, how did you find me?
With this. They were left behind by my father. Do you recognize these things?
Look, Rene.
We made that for Johnny before he left.
Are you the Rene that I read about in the letter she wrote to my father?
Yes, I guess I am.
I wrote this when I was 12 years old. Where did you find these things?
My mother gave them to me so I could find my father. Here's a picture of them together.
Oh, my God. It's Johnny.
And there's my mother, Kim, too.
Were they married?
No. But my mother said they were in love.
Can I talk to her?
That's not possible.
Why?
My mother's dead.
Oh, sorry.
I better go.
Well, don't go. You just got here. I mean, where are you staying?
I'm staying at the Bamagator Inn near the station.
Well, when do you have to leave? And how can I write you? I got about 1,000,000 questions.
Do you still play baseball?
Huh?
Growing up, my mother used to tell me stories about my American aunt, who one day my father said would play baseball. Do you still play?
Sometimes.
Sorry about your brother.
He's my brother. You're supposed to be happy he's coming home.
Yes, I am Mary Elizabeth, but this is a Navy hat.
So?
So, Johnny is in the Army.
Let's just try it again. 1, 2, 3. When Johnny comes marching home again.
Hurrah, hurrah.
When Johnny comes marching home again.
Hurrah, hurrah.
Why aren't you marching?
Because I feel stupid, Mary Elizabeth. I look more like Captain Hook than a captain in the Army. See, arg, hey, mateys.
It's not funny. When Johnny comes home from boot camp, everything has to be perfect, so start marching. 1, 2, 3. When Johnny comes marching home again.
Hurrah, hurrah.
When Johnny comes marching home again.
Hurrah, hurrah.
The men will cheer and the boys will shout and the ladies they will all turn out. We'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home.
A little higher. He's here. He's here, Daddy. Hurry.
Mom? Dad?
Surprise! Woo! Welcome home, Johnny. Oh, I missed you.
I missed you too.
Glad to see you, son.
Daddy?
Hey, not so tight, Private.
Me, Rene, and Colliar have been working on the play just for you.
Oh, Lord, you're as skinny as a fillet of fish. Aren't they feeding you, dear? Ooh, letting you bathe?
No. 3 squares a day, 2 showers a week.
I think I'd just die in the Army if I missed my daily soak.
Well, I fixed for you a feast fit for a general tonight.
Oh, there they are. Mom, Dad, I'll be back in a few hours.
Well, what about my dinner, dear?
Yeah, and what about our play, Johnny?
I'm sorry, Mama, but the guys from the 14th are waiting. I gotta go.
Now, you go on. You and the guys go out and you have yourself a hell of a good time.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks for waiting, Mr. Johnson. It's been quite a morning.
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
Read the contract. It's quite creative. I don't think it'll hold up in court. There's no precedent.
Oh, well, not yet there isn't. But 30 years ago, there was no precedent for prenuptial agreements either. Look around now, and a lot of marriages wouldn't happen without one.
That's fair enough, but tell me, what makes you think that you have the right to your children's primary custody?
That's a ridiculous question.
Excuse me?
You wouldn't ask my wife that.
I'm not being asked to represent your wife.
Look, are you interested in helping me or not? Because if you're as biased as the courts who think a father has to prove he loves his children, then tell me now.
Mr. Johnson, if I weren't interested in possibly helping you, I wouldn't have agreed to see you. So why don't we just back this up a bit and start with you sitting down?
Sir.
Tell me, what was the motivation for a contract like this in the first place?
Well, the simple answer is protect my heart.
What's the not-so-simple answer?
Well, I was married once before, and I had 2 beautiful children. Mr. Jackson, do you have any idea how it feels to have a police officer knock at your door and tell you that he's there to walk your children across the street to their mother's car so she can drive out of the state with them? And thanks to the courts, there's nothing I can do to stop her. Those are my children, Miss Jackson. They're my reason for everything. And I couldn't live through that again, so that's all the motivation I needed to draw up that contract.
You also have 2 boys from your current marriage, is that correct?
Yeah, that's, Derek is 9, Darren is 7.
I'll need to talk to them.
Why? It's not about them, it's about the contract.
To a certain point, but it's also about the children.
I don't want them involved in this.
I'm afraid it's a little late for that because the court's primary concern will be what's in their best interest.
Best interest according to who? The same courts that took my children from me the first time?
To start with, according to me, because until I talk to Derek and Darren and find out if living with you is what they want and is in their best interest, I will not take this case. The decision is up to you.
Well,